Welcome to the Art of Powerhouse exhibition. The opening was scheduled tonight to be held at Powerhouse. COVID restrictions got in the way, so instead we're going to whet your appetite with this virtual exhibition. Firstly, we would like to show our respect and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, of elders past and present on which these artworks were created. We are proud to introduce you to the diverse group of 20 artists from across the Lord Somers Camp and Powerhouse organisation. We will be showcasing a snippet of the talented artists and their diverse artworks. Sarah completed an arts teaching degree majoring in painting and performing arts and is a secondary visual art teacher at Victory Christian College. Sarah is a Bendigo-based printmaker who creates lino prints of flora and fauna, which are then hand-painted with watercolours. Throughout her life, she has enjoyed creative pursuits such as sewing, costume making, singing, playing guitar and painting. 4 years at Monash University immersed Kim into the world of visual arts with a Bachelor of Fine Arts painting major. After completing a diploma in secondary education, Kim is in her 34th year of teaching and is Head of Visual Arts at Mentone Grammar. Kim works in watercolour, gouache, acrylic and oil. Her body of art takes inspiration from the Victorian East Coast, drawing us into the ocean's darkened heart. Her seascapes represent the energy and movement of the shoreline. Her paintings are a delicate exploration of intertidal and wave refraction with a backwash of light and colour. With over 40 years of art practice, Kevin started with an enriching ceramics course at Bendigo College of Advanced Education and then teacher training. Kevin was head of the Studio Arts program at Camberwell Grammar, nurturing students to find their voice through ceramics and art. Kevin's development of a personal artistic style with the ceramics medium has been a blend of patient nurturing and aspirations, risk-taking and failures, but always with constant learning experiences where something of worth has emerged that is unique. Sam is a senior lecturer in art history and visual culture for the Charles Sturt University based in Wagga Wagga, New South Wales. He is a specialist in Australian and Islamic art, particularly the history of the tent makers of Cairo. For the Art of Powerhouse, Sam is exhibiting 3 shadow puppets which were created for his concert The Thief of Stars, which evolved from his research into Arabic shadow theatre. Their intricate patterns are indebted to the medieval Egyptian puppetry. Jackson is a Year 11 student at Wesley College where he is studying art as one of his subjects, allowing him avenues to explore a range of mediums and styles. The Heidelberg School and every name written, pasted, stuck or engraved on the streets of Melbourne are Jack's inspirations. Borrowing creative ideas from graffiti, wheat paste art, stickers, textiles and posters, Jack's body of work revolves around print media and image transfer at larger scales. Charlie is in his 3rd year of a Bachelor of Fine Arts drawing and printmaking at the Victorian College of the Arts. Charlie creates new worlds in his paintings out of lost or forgotten ones. He sources images from old newspapers and medieval Gothic scriptures. The images are scanned, digitally manipulated, projected and drawn, cut out, then painted. He's interested in how much this process can distort an image and what effect these degrees of separation have on the artwork, from original author through to final painting. Alongside Dylan's traditional art studies at school, he spent time altering photos and digital painting in Adobe Photoshop. Discovering the world of graphic design, he went on to major in it at the Australian Academy of Design. Over this time, he became increasingly crazy with all things spooky and scary. Coupled with his bright, fun personality and love of games, these 2 themes blurred together to create an obsession for Halloween. The themes of escapism, fantasy and horror came together for the Art of Powerhouse exhibition based on the world inside his head that yearns to break free. In 2019, LARNIE completed Year 12 at Roeville Institute of the Arts studying studio arts and drama. She loves everything about being creative. There are no limits and you can be whoever you want to be. LARNIE has been exploring all types of media from pastels, watercolour, pencils, pens, collage and painting. A lot of LARNIE's creations are an expression of a particular experience or scenario. They tell a story. For the Art of Powerhouse, she has chosen to exhibit a range of paintings and hard pastel drawings. In VCE 2013, Beth completed a visual arts unit where she was able to explore and learn about media subjects. This is where she discovered a love for photography, oil pastels, watercolour, paints and sketching. Beth has continued to explore different media and subjects for her artwork. For the Art of Powerhouse exhibition this year, Beth has included examples of her preferred styles. which include watercolour paintings, line art and a paint embroidery mixed media piece. In between paintings, Andrea has worked within a number of creative, high-profile spaces to pay the bills, including her own fashion label and advertising agency. But it's always really been about the art in her heart, as shown by a long list of successful exhibitions. Andrea has had a lot of fun developing and refining her wholly individual, utterly enjoyable artistic style. As a devoted lover of life, nature and all its wonderful creatures, her art gravitates towards the playful, vibrant and satirical side of life. Greg has been working as a relief printmaker for 16 years and has participated in various group and solo exhibitions. He works in both traditional methods and digital technologies. He has worked as a freelance illustrator on product branding projects and more recently motion graphic pieces for film. A keen observer of the environment is where he developed an appreciation for the diversity and uniqueness of our native fauna. The theme lends itself well to the bold, colourful and graphic qualities relief printmaking can produce. In 2011, Jono began studying film and television at Swinburne University. After a few years, Jono directed his first short film, Top Dogs. The film went on to have some independent film festival success in the US and was nominated for Best Tertiary Short Fiction. Jono runs his own production company, Moo Motion, producing commercial content, and is always working on upcoming film projects and creative pursuits. Andre creates unique sculptures with a focus on sustainability. His art practice is based around using predominantly waste and reclaimed materials. Living surrounded by box ironbark forest, the natural world influences and informs Andre's work, which has an organic aesthetic. The style of Andre's work varies greatly. His interest in the possibility of movement has inspired research into kinetic concepts and applied mechanics. Danj has a Bachelor of Fine Arts drawing major, completing her studies in 1987 at the Victorian College of the Arts. The truly great thing about art, which Danj loves, is that it is part of you. It's a great way to express yourself, communicate and connect. For the 2021 Art of Powerhouse exhibition, Danj wanted to help celebrate the 90th anniversary of Lord Somers Camp by drawing the historical Somers Bridge. The drawing took roughly 3 days to research and 4 days to draw. Working as a professional landscape and lifestyle photographer, Dan's approach in photographing the human experience of a place connects the emotion and physical together. What drives him is the ability to share moments and places with people not usually seen or experienced. The style of Dan's work varies with the places he captures, tailoring the human element of the place to the outcome of the photograph. The flexibility allows him to create a unique focus on each piece. From Lynn's early childhood years, she has enjoyed creating and making handcrafts, such as knitting, cross-stitch and embroidery, as well as dabbling in painting traditional folk art designs, mostly on wooden items. From there, Lynn moved on to paper crafts in general, focusing on making handmade journals and recipe books. She has successfully marketed her crafts and cards for the past 20 years. As part of Derek's architectural course in the 1960s, he undertook a number of art subjects including art appreciation, composition, theory of colour, life drawing, sculpture and photography. It was not until Derek's retirement that he had time to pursue a lifelong desire to paint. He then undertook a 5-year painting course. For this exhibition, Derek includes 6 watercolour paintings, 4 based on a trip to the Bogong High Plains and 2 of Lord Somers Camp. Jackie studied a Bachelor of Acting for Stage and Screen at Federation University and has since written and starred in her very own short film titled Housemates and musical titled Pinky's Up. Jackie can always be found doodling in her notebooks and loves to wind down with a pencil and paper in hand. When the pandemic hit in 2020 and the performing arts industry all as good as gone, she craved an alternative creative outlet. Jackie decided to take up drawing more seriously and fell in love with digital art. Gaynor never made it to kindergarten, so has been attracted to scrap paper and little pairs of brightly coloured plastic scissors ever since. She often sees things in a two-dimensional world where impression is the aim. Nothing too real, nothing too serious, but a whole lot of fun. Although photographic in origin and almost as old as photography itself, the cyanotype process is not so much mysterious as hit and miss. The variable nature of the process produces a unique work where no two images can be quite the same. With wet cyanotypes and development by the sun, the final outcome is almost impossible to predict. As a landscape architect, Photography has always been part of Greg's daily work, taking shots for site assessment, marketing and to monitor construction of his various projects. Greg did a short course in architectural photography which offered the opportunity to study composition and structure of architectural work. For the Art of Powerhouse exhibition, Greg has included 7 photos taken in Melbourne, Adelaide, Victoria, Hong Kong and 1 at Summers. We hope these artists have inspired you to get creative and celebrate your own uniqueness and diversity.